So I wasn't getting the results that I wanted in private lessons. My background was in college coaching, and I knew how to produce good hitters and good players, but I wasn't getting those results in a typical hitting, pitching, or fielding lesson. That's where Premier School came from. It's the collegiate approach to training for the youth. We do not just focus on the technique or fundamentals. That is one component, a very important component, but it takes more than that. To be an athlete, you must have timing. You must do things at the right time, on time, in sequences. So we spend a lot of time talking about timing. So you have technique, you have timing, but you also have to have toughness. We want our kids to be strong physically and mentally. By mixing technique, timing, and toughness, it maximizes the output that our athletes can produce. At Turn 2, we offer Premier School training in baseball hitting, softball hitting, baseball pitching, and softball and baseball catching. These 3 seasoned approach curriculums, off-season, preseason, and in-season, allow athletes to master those skills.
I'd like to think of the Premier School environment as bridging the gap between what we do in the cage and what we do on the field. That's something that I'm very passionate about getting into my guys, is not only the fundamentals, not only the mechanics that we need to be able to hit a baseball, but also the attitude that it takes to be able to go from inside the cage to on the baseball field. We require a lot more out of our athletes than just coming in here and seeing us for an hour a week. You'll see as the athletes come in, they have a warm-up that we have prepared for them, that they arrive approximately 15 minutes early, and they'll complete that warm-up so that we know that their body is ready to train. We're not wasting valuable class time getting them warmed up. And then also, they always leave with homework. It could be a written assignment, or it could be a physical assignment where they have to go home and hit off a tee focusing on a certain thing, or they may have to write us a short essay on being a good competitor. Premier School is a year-round program. It's important that the athletes that are committed to year-round training understand the right way to train year-round. We use a 3-season approach. So we have an off-season, we have a pre-season, and we have an in-season. Off-season, we're doing very mechanical things. We're trying to break down their swing and fix some of the issues that they might have had in the previous season, so that when we get to the true preseason, that we're not having to worry about building up that muscle memory. We can worry more about how are we going to prepare for the pitches that we might see, what's going to be our approach at the plate. We can worry more about that stuff, so that then when we get to the in-season, we're worried more about making adjustments game to game, and making sure that we are celebrating the successes as well as helping them through the failures.
The Premier environment, it's so different from that one-on-one environment for many reasons. One is you're going to be in that small group, which is going to challenge you, all right, to be more competitive. Baseball has 3 phases for us, okay? So we have phase 1, which is your preseason, phase 2, which is your in-season, and phase 3, which is your off-season. So there's different parts. If you're just doing one-on-one training for 6 months, you never hit all 3 phases. It's impossible, okay? And that's where you kind of miss out on things. A kid can train, off-season and preseason, do well in the beginning of the season when he starts, but then all of a sudden what happens? They usually tend to hit those highs and those lows, and they become inconsistent, and their season isn't what they thought it would be. Kids in Premier, they have purpose. All right, that's the whole difference between, really, because of the commitment, one-on-one training here and there for a couple months, that doesn't really require that much commitment, okay? And it doesn't require a purpose. Premier requires a purpose. It's not just about mechanics and baseball, it's also about nutrition. We're gonna have seminars where we're talking nutrition, where we're talking about how to be a leader, all right? How we're talking about how to be better in the classroom, to be a competitor in the classroom, things like that. Because that's gonna benefit you as an athlete greater than if you just throw in every single time that you're in there.
Premier School is exactly what we put our athletes through at the collegiate level. You do things in the off season, you do things in preseason, and you do things in season. You don't stop in season, you maintain what you built. You don't take off the off season, you adjust it. You adjust it to working on things to improve for next season. Premier School has given us coaches the tools to push our athletes to another level.